Hi guys, it's Julie from Calm Belly Kitchen, and in this video we are going to look at how I would order off of an Italian menu in real life. Like we went through in the Facebook Live video that is the previous video on this page, kind of general guidelines about ordering at a really traditional Italian restaurant like Maggiano's, where they have a lot of traditional Italian American classics. So that's a really helpful place to start. But in this case, I want to look at a more specific restaurant, with a menu that maybe isn't as traditional, and how you might order when you are in the elimination or reintroduction phase. So you're trying to really keep it low FODMAP. All right, so this is a restaurant I've actually been to, and they do really kind of local, fresh ingredients, but it's definitely Italian, but it's more kind of modern, fresh ingredients is sort of the emphasis. So they do have a lot of the classics, but they also have some creative things too. So ordering might not be quite as cut and dry. So let's get into it. I'm going into their dinner menu. I hope this comes up quickly. It did. Yay. Okay, so they have really great pizzas here, but they don't offer a gluten-free option, so we are going to skip the pizzas. Wheat is a FODMAP. Gluten is not a FODMAP, but wheat is, so we're going to skip the pizza section, which is sad, but watch the next video and we can talk more about that. Okay, so for appetizers, they have spiced olives, which you'll see on a lot of menus these days, and those are usually marinated with some garlic cloves. So there is going to be a little garlic in there. It's not going to be extreme, especially if you're not going to be eating a lot of the whole chunks, but it will be in there. So if you're really trying to avoid every FODMAP, which in this case we are. We're gonna talk as if we are keeping it as low FODMAP as possible. So I would avoid that. Now, burrata di panna. Burrata cheese is a fresh cheese. So the panna is bread, and you would want to avoid that. But cheese is fine, but in this case, burrata is a very fresh one, and it would probably not be as low in lactose as a hard cheese. Let's see, pickled cherry bruschetta. Cherries are high FODMAP. Chicken liver mousse, that might be a pretty good bet because there's probably shallots in the mousse, but a very small amount in relation to what you would eat. That could be an option. Of course, it has an onion topping. You would take the bread out, but that's something you could talk to your waiter about. In this case, I would probably order the octopus. That comes with escarole, which is a bitter green, which is low FODMAP, chili, and lemon aioli. So aioli is a garlic mayonnaise, and you would want to leave that out, but asking them about the octopus, if it includes any garlic or onion, you could ask them to cook it without it. And the thing about a restaurant like this is that they're going to prepare something like proteins, seafood. They're going to cook that to order for you in most cases, depending on how they cook it. And this is one of those times where you definitely want to make the server your ally and ask how things are prepared. And if it makes it easier to just say I'm allergic to onion and garlic, then by all means say that. And this is a place that I know actually does ask you about food allergies. So that's always nice. And it's just a sign that they're willing to help you out. So my pick would be the octopus. Salads, you do have some options here. You could do the arugula salad with pine nuts and lemon. You could ask if there are any little, shallots in the mix there, leave it out. If they have a dressing that's made with onion or garlic, could they just give you plain oil and lemon juice or oil and vinegar? That should be an easy fix. Charred lettuce with pancetta, avocado, and poached egg. I think that's what I'm ordering. That sounds amazing. And with avocado, you can have 1/8 of an avocado. That's about 20 grams. That falls into the low FODMAP category on the Monash app. And it's really not as bad as it sounds. That's a decent amount of avocado. So you kind of learn what that is, and then you can eyeball that and eat an appropriate amount. Under hearth. Okay, so this is kind of just freshly grilled proteins. So blue prawns with summer squash and hazelnut. I mean, that probably has other ingredients, but that sounds like the main ingredients would be a pretty good bet. You could ask about that. Kind of just keep the serving of hazelnuts in a moderate portion. Swordfish with brown butter and Calabrian chili. I might order that. That sounds fantastic. And with everything I'm saying, it doesn't say onion and garlic in the description, but you would always ask about that because, you have no way of knowing, none whatsoever. And because this is cooked to order, it should be fairly easy for them to just leave that out. I would order the salt and pepper chicken thighs. That sounds amazing. And if the primary seasoning is salt and pepper, you are good to go. And then, of course, they've got a marinated flank steak. And there's a good chance there's onion in that marinade. You can ask if they can just give you a piece of flank steak that has not been marinated. That should be doable. And it comes with beets. I probably wouldn't order that one because we've got the marinade and we've got the beets, but the first three all sound like great options. As for pasta, they don't offer gluten-free pasta. So if you're at a restaurant that does not offer it, which I guess is the case most of the time, especially in the US, I would skip the pasta category. For sides, you do have some options. The polenta with walnuts and celery. It's possible that the polenta is made with a dairy product, milk or cream, but you can ask, and there's a very good chance that would be you could have it prepared plain. Now, cipollini gratinato, cipollini onions are what we're talking about. So that would just be pretty much a big, delicious tray of onions. So we're going to avoid that. And wood roasted carrots, I've actually had their roasted carrots and they're amazing. That would be a really nice side order. You can eat about 2 tablespoons of ricotta to keep it in the low FODMAP range, or you could leave it out if that makes you more comfortable. So that is how I would order in the elimination or reintroduction phase at kind of a specialized independent Italian restaurant like this.